Hi everyone, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. So, we're making another account of what has happened over the tragedy in Nepal. So, I've actually been, since the murder attempt, which was I think last month now, July. July is over. July is over last month, 16th July, 16th, 17th July. I've been a victim of extreme, what do you call that? Debauchery by the local authorities. And there's been a lot of drama by the cops over how to attend my complaints against the evidences and the CCTV footage of my murder attempt that's been submitted. There have been no arrests made. In fact, the cops have tried, taking the entire case in their own hands against the DM's orders to, treat the complaint with ethical suits than try being a word of wisdom. Because given um, given the attempt was the eighth assault on me, and against all the blood-ridden warnings that my mentally ill father had put forward by injuring me in front of the SHO and the entire Bisra Thana, was enough for them to realize their words of wisdom are pointless to what's going on with me in life. And parallelly, the recovery that I require, the mental recovery that I require from the witchcraft has been, or was, or is, um, very much complicated, as the sleep paralysis, the rapes, the sexual arousal, and the shadow selves being politically sexualized with each other, and exposing the incest driven reality in my bed being felt, and in my sleep conducting violence, and beginning the circle or the loop of death and rape threats against a couple of precious from my circle have started again. And the cops that were there in Himachal who helped me out, the senior cop who helped me out with um, you know with the entire case, has been not the entire case, but like at the moment, the report filing a 344 on them, on these Pujaris, has been deployed on a training until, I guess, October end. Meanwhile, the parallel case of the scammer, the financial scammer who took 1,75,000 from me, which was, forced as another ploy of nuisance on me by these priests when I was completely off work and was looking for something, um, has also been discovered as very much crime driven to every sense of every sense of blunder that these lawyers were a part of, then every sense of drama that was going on in the house. While the lawyers were exploiting me, and not exploiting, but like suddenly becoming super busy and all of that, and then to attend my case, and then what else? And then the drama of the local authorities being, you know, being, being calling me insane for bringing such violent incidents to them as, as a direct call of authority, than realize the fact that they all are under the spotlight for, um, you avoiding me and giving me, well, when I was injured, right after the crime, and then keeping me seated in the police station for hours and not filing my FIR, or not giving me any legal or medical aid, and making me run here and there from station to station, and injured, completely paralyzed brain, not paralyzed brain, like yeah, subconscious, like unconscious brain roaming around here and there for normal medical aid, normal X-rays and all that stuff. And then claiming that I'm mentally unstable to be filing a case against my parents who are involved with Pujaris to be getting me raped and all of that against my sexuality. So the thing is still on. I have done my own. I mean, as per the prep work, I am through with everything that I was to do. As per the drama that I was victim to through auditory hallucinations, everything, and visual hallucination also. By the way, I saw a couple of things happen as a visual hallucination in my house, and I can't explain you how. Extremely derogatory as well. So all of that kind of um, came to my reality to have my medicines forcefully be started before getting these men arrested, because as I said, they come into my they come into my dreams and do a lot of rapes and all of that, rapes and violence, and extend my sleep through hypnosis there, the other side, into multiple hours of of an unconscious gap with the reality. And also they I can sometimes feel them next on my bed, next to me on my bed, like a shadow self which is inside my body. There are four brothers, right? So these four brothers will, two of them or one of them will try making, split personality that reality inside my body, and then when I fret over it, I'd find someone, I'd feel someone sleeping next to me, and it's a man, and it's a kind of man that I can't explain. If you learn them, you would be irritated. So yeah, all of this is kind of like frustrating, and the local authorities being illiterate, dumb, and uneducated enough. I mean, sorry, uh, unaware enough of how to handle parapsychological sexual abuse against the evidences and facts that I've faked, along with how to believe they are frozen over the fact that a set of parents are actually trying to murder me. My own parents are trying to murder me, and they don't know to use a brain against such a crime through ethical suits or ethical authority, or probably legit authority, than use words of wisdom to seek another murder attempt, and have the higher officials who have already ordered them to be on point about it and start the inquiries and all that shitty stuff. Shouldn't be anymore, what you say, be like, uh, I mean, be taken for granted by anyone who's there to, put the entire authority, put the entire UP authority, the local officers, or probably the district Thana, the bribe-driven district Thana, under the spotlight. And it's like as if they're waiting for my father to, gather whatever money he was trying to gather. If at all he would have been jailed by now, and have the bail money be out of his pocket, and then become more spiritually degraded in life and hate me, and be completely clueless of why am I, or why is he trying to act this way, and somehow in some manner live the dream of these Pujaris who got offended when they realized that I am myself enough to sleep with any of the men over there. In exchange of, I don't know what they said to my parents, but to me it was a complete clean transaction or communication about why they're disturbing my health, why they're disturbing my career, and how they used to divest my entire talk from all of this, my career and the destruction of my career and my health, to we're uplifting, we're just enhancing, and me telling them that I don't need all of this, I'm not going to come here and stuff, and them doing distant hypnosis and causing me a lot of trouble in my body and my brain, my work, which is to make me go there and confront them and come empty-handed, or sorry, answer less. So until accidents started happening and I had to file the FI. So yeah, this is what the entirety is that I'm going through, and I don't know how many of you believe in Sanatan Dharma being actually active, but the pindis that are there in Vaishno Bhavan, now I've been exposed to so much of pain in life. I've been exposed to so much of abuse in life that there have been, until now, over these 10 years, there have been a lot of uh, as I mentioned earlier as well, that there had been a lot of shadow cells of the gods as well that are there in our scriptures, appearing in front of my eyes, or appearing sometimes on extreme pain, during the moments of extreme pain, within the body, as some kind of energy or as some kind of shield to stop my pain. So a lot of different gods and goddesses came into being for the first time, and I got used to it. So I never, gave a special. I mean, I never mentioned that specially anywhere. But yesterday, for the first time, I was roaming around with the dog down, and he was trying to take a leak somewhere at the wrong part of the garden. And the guard there, he went on to rebuke me instead of using his stick on the floor or wherever to shoo him off that particular portion he was standing at. And I was on a call. I was looking for a friend who had been missing, and had been hearing a lot of bullshit in my ears about the person. So I was on a call with the cops, and I was trying to track them, and I was getting a welfare call done for them, just to check if they're fine or not and shit. It was in the odd hours at night, and they had been missing since almost like a week or so. So, I had to make the call, and I was already stressed. Then suddenly this guard comes in. He's very old, like I think he's in his late 70s or so, and he rebukes me for the dog being, being whatever at the wrong part of the garden, and I'm already so much stressed because it's an international call, and it's been cutting around here and there, and I'm low network area and shit, that I lose my head on him. And because I'm like partially paralyzed underbelly as well, so it pains when I walk too much. So where is he? So yeah, so I lose my head completely over it, and I'm extremely aggressive, and I'm extremely losing my, I'm just like rebuking him in and out. And when I'm done with that, I'm so, I shouted my lungs out so rudely. I mean, it was so rude, so derogatory, that it felt like for the first time that it wasn't me, it was someone else. Of course, not the first time, but like another time that it was someone else. And someone new from their from their Pandora box was basically within me. And I shouted my lungs out and everything, and I came home back. And for the first time, now again, so what happens is that when I am not doing anything, or when I'm not thinking anything, my mind is basically occupied by 3-4 brains, 3-4 shadow selves, and they'll bring in their own set of thoughts suddenly, and I'll start thinking of uh, those pindis is placed and situated in Vaishno Bhavan suddenly. And I'm not a follower or anything, I'm not a Sanatani, obviously, but and because of my health condition, I keep myself sattvic. Otherwise, I can't take spices and all that too much. I die. So suddenly, just to impose some dramatic philosophy on me, I am pulled into be thinking of, I'm getting some like higher consciousness from that bhavan, and I have to be myself over it, and I have to acknowledge it and welcome it and encourage it, and all of that shit will keep happening, and all the chants and all the mantras and bhajans sometimes, apart from to cut down these derogatory abuses and all of that I'm not like derogatory remarks on my sexuality by these priests and all that crap, will change into uh, again bhajans and all of that sometimes, or will change into the people that I know, especially women, them taking my name and trying to direct me when I'm working, like should we smile or should we look, who's like from different corners of the room, auditory hallucinations again, people whom I know or women whom I know. And recently, the Pujaris and their family, the entire family had fucking entered my brain. as if they're living in my house. So that has also started. So all of them trying to treat me as a little kid who doesn't know, who's just been born, and they're trying to play with him. So that will start happening, and that has like turned into, and all of this was happening, and suddenly when this entirety became, oh shit, oh, okay, it's just the light, and what happened? Yeah, I heard the one of the pindis from one of the pindis suddenly from the bhavan, and it was, and she sounded so old. So she sounded like someone's nani ji because she was that old. And what she said was, there were a lot of visions in my head, and I was just sitting and looking at my work, getting angry over the fact that everyone's trying to play with my freaking head, and because of all of that, because of this disturbance, I can't get back to my script. So I was just thinking of all of that when suddenly, to silence everything, upon sensing my anger on my face, uh, this recent memory of rebuking the guard, shouting at the top of my lungs and disturbing his silence for a second, um, that came to my head. And the moment that vision came to my head, or the moment that memory came to my head, every kind of sound or every kind of noise or every kind of talk around me just shut down. And when it got shut, and I realized when it got shut, I there was an automatic release of sigh within my body or through my body. And the moment this is also a problem. And the moment I breathed through that memory, and there was and I realized there was complete silence within my body. A very old lady who felt like some kind of beam within the body, as if yeah, who felt like a beam within the body, beam of light within the body, and the moment it said, the body felt a little, a little like as if suddenly, caught into some kind of grip, and it's subconscious. I mean, the grip is so warm. The grip is warm. The grip is so gentle that I know I'm there. That I know I'm gripped in and caught in, but I can't feel it. It's that ineffective. Ineffective. I think it's that gentle. Like you touch it and you don't even know. Like it's a feather touch kind of a thing. So that grip was entirely a feather touch on my chest, and to, I think, grab my entire focus, and it was on my solar plexus. No, not solar. My solar plexus. And the moment I got gripped over my plexus, um, the lady said something, and to all the people who were, I think it was the pindi, not from the bhavan, but from that little mandir, that shady mandir that I used to go through. So that pindi basically said to all of these people who are inside my house and trying to play my head, especially these pujaris and family, she said something very offending. She said that you all are so low in class and low in deeds that there is no mercy for sins like you. She just said this, and it kind of, and oh my god, and it enraged the pujaris so hard that one of the pujaris on the right, the chief pujari, who pretends to be a closeted and is, no, he's not pretending, he is a closeted, but he's married to a woman, and he's extremely queeny and feminine, and he's very ugly. He went on to say to his another chief pujari, who was 45, his brother pujari, who's 45 years old, a pedophile, and he's the one who's been putting all the spikes up my rectum and on my private parts. He went on to tell him that, I am so jealous of Pindi talking to her that I want you to do something about it. And right after this, and now they're talking, right? They keep bantering with each other, and I keep hearing all that. So I heard it, and the one on the left side, the one who was being told that, the other one is in trouble, he went on to poke an extremely hard syringe up my rectum again. And that disturbed the silence one more time, and everybody, a lot of all the gods that I know roam around in my head, every time my pain goes on to a different level altogether, or every time there is a group of shadow selves around me in the house at odd hours, which I can't see yet, or the auras basically, the evil and the dark and good, the dark and light auras that are there around me. When they get activated, all these gods also get activated around me. And sometimes I'm made a sense of it. Sometimes I'm made to see it. When I'm extremely angry, when these all the auras are around me, I get extremely uncomfortable and angry, and I have to talk back to these noises to shut them up. So when all of this crap started, they kind of like became, ow, they kind of became nothing. Yeah, they got active, and I had to like where I completely lost my plot because I saw something, and now there's a memory. There's still that memory deletion. So this is how small they've made my entire trail of the memory. Like I can't retain anymore anything until unless I'm into the focus and I'm trying to be where the fuck for that fucking matter. To confess as a confession. So yeah, Zuki Park तो बंद है यार. अब कहाँ जाएंगे? चलो आगे चलते हैं. So yeah, this happened. And that's how I don't know where I was, but yeah. So yes, again, I'm sorry. The I got to know who has been I don't know. I mean, it's just uh, the abuse actually is just not ending. That's what I'm trying to say. And these disturbed men over my sexuality are getting commands, higher commands from their own, unwelcomed reality, which is as much of an irony to, in the name of, faith-based reality, where people, yes, learn the codes. I'm so sorry. Learn the way of these scammers, basically run a business in the name of religion and faith. Kind of like becomes nothing but a shame as a reality against every kind of network that runs in the name of temples there, exposing each, undeserving person trying to be something in the name of a uniform and being exposed as nothing but a joke to the hour, to the need of the hour, with no sense of talk and no sense of authority and no sense of entitlement to the money also, if at all there is any. So yeah, all of this is very much a blunder in the name of the kind of projection we have. If we talk about any kind of dharmas in India or anywhere for that matter in the entire planet, and that's about it. Rest, there is no mercy, no acknowledgement, and no addressal to pedophilia of any kinds. Especially when a Pujari says that I am a Brahmin and I've tried my best to be a Brahmin, and henceforth I deserve a woman to fucking rape. Especially if it's a lesbian, I will fucking rape. So yeah, these things are kind of like, I'm very sorry for being so straightforward with the language, but it's been so, harrowing. I just can't make peace with things. And I got in touch with Nazaria and Hamsafar Trust, and they are trying to appoint me a lawyer ASAP, but it's been so much delayed, the entire process of the lawyer coming on board to the papers, that it just kind of like feels sad over the fact that the entire world might be taking their own time, and the entire world might be suggesting me the kind of pills that are to be in my body to numb my body down and all that shit and stuff. But nobody understands the fact that those pujaris are narcissistically dumb. And what they do is that they do a lot of witchcraft the moment they can. In fact, the pattern of their ill will is such that even if they don't wish to do it, as a curse on them, or because of their wrongdoing, because of the practice that they've been under since 40 years now, the mandir is 40 years old. They have, every time they kind of leak on their own, or every time they try to preach something from the tangents or the core of communism, it kind of like leaks an automated voodoo ritual on the person that they're obsessed with. And when you go deeper, you realize that the tantrics that they used to gain such powers, they are more obsessed and psychotic with the victim than these pujaris can be. So it's an entire trail of people being obsessed as a psychosomatic reality, like ill cycle, like a Zuki. Shut up. Come on, please get done, yeah. Like a psychosomatic reality where everything becomes nothing but a chart projection of blasphemy. Blasphemy? Yeah, not blasphemy, but faith. Yeah, the blasphemy. Anyway, just like be true. So yeah, I mean that's what I wanted to like vent out, and it's irritating. I'll try abating if I get any relief from the things. Thank you. Yo!